Welcome to this dynamic flow practice. This class is designed for those that want to move, to sweat a little, to breathe, and really connect through movement to find a deeper level of awareness within their bodies, their minds, their spirits. There are some more advanced transitions during this practice, so I'll remind you to listen to your own body, your own breath. Do what you can, take what you need, and feel free to leave the rest behind. Remember, this is time for you, so make sure that you're honoring and listening to your own practice and giving yourself exactly what it is that you need here in this time. As we begin class, you can find a place to stand and begin to center, closing your eyes, rooting down through the soles of your feet, finding a little strength through the legs, a relaxed space for the shoulders, a nice long spine lifting through the crown of your head. Take a moment to breathe. Allow yourself to land here now. Bring your palms together, thumbs resting over the heart. And on an inhale, sweep the arms up toward the sky. You can look up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, dive forward and down over the legs. Take a moment to pause there, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Opening up through the backs of the legs. Releasing down heavy through your head, letting go of the length of your spine. Full breath. On an inhale, we'll lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back with your right foot. Coming high into the ball of that right foot, high into your fingertips, sink the hips, lift the heart. Opening up the front of that right leg. Plant the right palm, take that left arm, reach it up toward the sky. Again, you can look up, take a moment to breathe, stay here. Or you can wrap that left arm behind the body toward that right hip, reminding the right hip to lift just an inch, strengthening the legs. Left arm back to the sky, inhale. Exhaling, left hand coming down to the ground. Once it's there, plant the palm, step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Listen to your body, listen to your spine. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, lengthen back. Finding your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. If there's any organic movement that you need, flowing through the spine, releasing the head, take it. When you're ready, inhale, tuck the chin toward the chest, roll yourself forward through plank. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, come back into your downward facing. Again, inhale, rolling forward, find plank. Exhale, pull the hips up and back, lengthening downward dog. Good. Breathe. Tap the big toes together. Inhale, lift your left leg long back behind you. Good. Strong press through that right heel. Inhale, lift high into the bottom of the right foot. Exhale, press that right heel down toward the ground. Again, inhale, rise up nice and high. Exhale, press through the right heel, reach through the left toes. Inhale, reach it up nice and high. And exhale, bend that left knee in toward your chest. Knee to nose hover. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and back behind you. Go for length. And then exhale, step the left foot all the way up between the hands. Again, sink the hips, open the heart. As you're ready, we'll start to straighten out through both legs. Coming up onto that left heel. Coming up onto the bottom of the right foot. Draw the heart and chest forward. Release the head heavy, long pyramid. Humble down through the chest. Relaxing the mind, releasing the body. Then we'll rebend that left knee. Keep the palms where they are for a moment. Lift that right leg back behind you. And then walk the hands forward. Lift the right leg nice and high, working toward your standing split. Then hug the right knee in to meet the nose. And then land the right foot next to the left. Bow down, exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up and overhead, reaching high to the sky. Exhale, hands to center. Find your breath. Inhale, sweeping the arms back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hinge and fold, little tip forward. Good. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold a little deeper, or hold here, maybe embracing the backs of your ankles. Releasing down through the head. Inhale, half lift, and then we'll step that left foot back, finding your runner's lunge, other side. Come high into the bottom of the back foot, come onto your fingertips, always welcoming any little wiggles or organic movement you might need. Left palm plants, inhale, right arm rises, find your twist. You can stay here, or you might decide to take that right arm back behind you toward the left hip. Lift the left hip just a little bit, fire up both legs, engage the inner thighs. There. And then inhale, reaching that right hand back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand lands down onto the earth. Plant the palm, step it back as lightly as you can. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Open the throat. Tuck the toes, exhale with length, pull back through the hips, downward facing dog. Take a moment to reconnect here. Full breath, your body. Left toe step in, inhale, right leg lifts, reach high and long back behind you, and then lift high onto the left toes. Settle on your exhale, heel to the ground. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting that left heel, and then as you exhale, hug the left knee, right knee in toward your nose, shift the weight forward. Inhale, pull back and lengthen. And then as you exhale, we'll step or help that right foot to come up between the hands. Tent the fingers, sink the hips, lift the heart. And then we'll lengthen out that right leg, come onto the right heel, drop the head. Use an inhale to lengthen a bit more, chest toward the right foot. And then exhale, settle it back down. Take a breath, long pyramid. Back to your body. And then rebending that right knee, shifting the weight forward, lifting the left foot up and back behind you. Walk the hands forward a bit just for balance. Left leg nice and high, and then hug the knee in toward the nose. Little hover, lift it. And then we'll land the left foot down next to meet the right. You can inhale to lengthen, exhale, hold for your fold. Good. Inhale, rising all the way back up. Maybe into a back bend, reaching, lengthening, engage the belly. And then as you exhale, hinge and fold back down over the legs. Good. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen it out. And as you exhale, we'll step again the right foot toward the back of the mat. Drop the right heel in and down, pinwheel the arms up and open, coming into your warrior two. Nice deep bend into that left knee. As you inhale, straighten both legs, arms up and overhead, look up, everything you have rises, and then exhale, rebend that left knee, hands out through the height of the shoulders. Good. From here, reach that left hand forward, and then reverse it, sliding that right hand down the right leg, opening up the left side body. Deep breath. Gaze where you need to. As you're ready, start to straighten out through the left leg. Come onto the left heel. Push left heel, reaching all the way out through those left fingers. Then rise up with control, nice and slowly. If you can, stay on that left heel as you tip the weight forward. Lengthen the spine. Come into your Trikonasana. Peace fingers. Lock around that left big toe. Open the chest. Optional half bind here. Right hand behind the back toward the inner left thigh. Slowly land the left foot. Bend the left knee. You can stay in that half bind in your side angle or take a full bind if you'd like. Now listen, you can just stay here. Work that side angle with or without the bind. If you'd like, get a little lower into the hips, release the bind, and see if you can sit down with control nice and slowly into that right sits bone. Then maybe the right hand reaches to the inside of the right foot. Left arm guides you up and over toward that right foot as well. Inhale, rising back up, hands framing that front foot. And then rising back up into your warrior two. Pause for a moment here. Inhale, straighten the legs, turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Interlace the hands back behind you. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Exhale, folding down over the hips. You can keep the hands on the low back, or you might start to reach the knuckles up and overhead. Open the shoulders. If it feels good, keep it. If it doesn't, let it go. Relax the jaw. Full deep breath. Returning the hands to the low back, release their clasp, hands under the shoulders, inhale, lift halfway. Walk the hands back toward the top of the mat, pivot on the feet so the hands are inside the left foot, you're high in the ball mound of the right. You can stay here, come down onto your elbows, getting a little deeper into the space of the hips. If you need a little sway, a little movement again, listen to your body, mindfully creating space from the inside out. Good. Then we'll go ahead and set that right knee down to the ground. Reach the left hand forward for a moment, back through those right toes. And then as you're ready, bend the right knee, left hand lifts, and you find that left hand holding onto the right ankle, opening up the quad on that right side. Lighten the load in the right shoulder, lift and open across the chest, gaze where you need to. Release slowly, right foot back to the ground, lift the right knee, left hand inside the left foot, come back onto that right palm. Good, and then we'll glue that left knee into the outer edge of the left arm, lift the left foot, and then sweep it up and back, returning to that three-legged dog, left leg nice and high. When you're ready, bend the knee in toward the chest, up the left foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up, find your crescent, a little lift out of the legs, and then a little lowering down into the thighs. As you exhale, reach the palms forward. Inhale, draw the arms back in toward you. Exhale, give it a nice strong press. Inhale, draw in. Beautiful. Exhale, one more time, press it out. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way back up. Nice big lift. Exhale, settle into the hips, right knee toward the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower that right knee toward the floor. Inhale. Exhale, add the arms, bend the elbows, sink them down toward the hips. Inhale, everything lifts up toward the sky. Exhale, bring it down toward the earth. One more time, inhale, rising up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, feel that reach, lift up nice and light. Exhale, hinge over a straight left leg, releasing back down into a long pyramid high on the bottom of that right foot. Good, and then rebend the right knee. One more time, we'll lift that right leg up and back. Walk the right hand forward, left hand around the left ankle, and see how high you can get that right leg. Full breath. And then from here, we'll bend into the right knee, set it down next to the left. Right hand behind the right ankle, take a fold. When you're ready, inhale, rise up, strong legs, strong belly, maybe a little deeper into that back bend, reaching toward the back of your space. Hands flow through the heart as you come forward and down back into that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll plant the hands, step back with the left foot this time. Drop the left heel in and down, take the arms, reach them up, lift the torso, settle into that right knee, warrior two. When you're ready, straighten out that right leg, arms to the sky, lift everything you've got up. And then as you exhale back into Virabhadrasana Dui, hands out through the height of the shoulders, deep bend into that right knee. Right palm turns up to the sky, reach forward toward the front of the space. And then as you inhale, we'll reverse it, sliding that left hand down the left leg, reaching nice and long. Opening up that right side body, breathing into your right lung. And then starting to straighten out through that right leg, reaching. And then coming onto the right heel, pressing into the heel as you lengthen out that right side. Engage the core, lift the torso back up, lengthen out over that right leg, right fingers, hold on to that right big toe. And take your Trikonasana other side, heel on the ground, toes lifted if you can. Just changing that variation, strengthening and stabilizing. Optional half bind, that left arm comes behind you, hand toward that right inner thigh. You can stay for a moment there. When you're ready, start to bend into that right knee. You can take a half or full bind in your side angle. Again, you can stay right here. We'll meet back here and release from this space in a moment. If you'd like, release the bind of the hands. Go ahead and sit down toward that left sits bone. Make sure you've got some stability. Make sure your knees are doing okay. And then when you're ready, that left hand comes inside the left foot. The right arm reaches toward the left foot as well, and you twist the chest and heart open toward the sky. On an inhale, nice and slowly, start to find the strength back into the legs. Right toes are forward. We come back up into our warrior two, hands out through the height of the shoulders. Take your time. If you're not matching my pace, meet up in a moment. When you're ready, turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive, folding over the legs. Optional bind of the fingers around the toes. Little wiggles are welcome. Release the crown toward the ground. Shoulder blades slip down the back, away from the ears. Full breath. Slow it down. How are you feeling? Come back. And start to walk the hands out and away from you, coming into a nice long stretch. Dog, opening the armpits, the side waist. Then slide the hands back in. Walk it back up toward the top of the mat. Right foot is wide, both hands are inside. Wiggle into the hips, create that mindful movement, space within the body. When you're ready, maybe coming down onto the elbows, taking a little deeper. Listen to your practice. Listen to your body. And we'll set that left knee down, release the top of the foot. Right fingers reach forward, and then when you're ready, bending through that left knee, right hand finds the foot or the ankle. Give yourself a moment to open the quad. Lighten the load in the left shoulder. Roll open through that right knee. Deep breath. And when you're ready, releasing slowly. Left toes tuck under, left knee lifts. We're back on the palms. Right knee glues to the outside of the right arm. Lift the right foot. Then sweep it up and back, three-legged dog, right leg lifted. And then take that right knee forward again. Step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent, nice and strong. Exhale to settle in. Inhale, reach, lift, find lightness. Exhale, press the palms forward, tip the torso. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press out, release anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, take in everything that you deserve. One more exhale, let it out, release. Inhale, sweep up, rise up, strong legs. Exhale, settle into that crescent, left knee toward the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip the left knee toward the ground. Inhale. This time we'll exhale, add the arms, bend the elbows, bring them toward the hips. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, elbows down, left knee down. Inhale, back up, strengthen. Exhale, last one. Inhale, reach up, rise up, straighten that right leg. Exhale, tip forward, long over that right leg, releasing the fingers toward the earth. Long pyramid just for a moment. And then when you're ready, rebend that right knee, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Left hand walks out and away for balance, right hand around the right ankle. Lift as high as you safely can. One side's always a little different than the other. No stress, just watch, observe, and breathe. Slowly bend that left knee, bring it in toward the nose, level the pelvis, land both feet back down. Inhale, lengthen the arms out, stretch out fingertips to hips. Widen the space between the feet just a little bit. Take the hands around the backs of the ankles, releasing the face toward the shins. Inhale, rise up, lift up. Take that back bend here. You can decide to stay here, flowing through a drop back. So if that's in your practice, take it there. Slow and steady. If you're not dropping back from that standing space, you can slowly come down into a seat. Release the spine to the ground and meet in bridge. If you're taking that drop back, make it a little wider. Maybe play with straightening out through the legs. Tuck the chin in toward the chest. If you're in that full wheel, we'll lower into our bridge, our Setu Bandhasana. You can interlace the fingers, hug the shoulder blades in together, lift the hips, lift the heels. Maybe the hands come to support the sacrum, the low back, and you lift the feet off the ground and just give a little play with inversion. Supported by the elbows, backs the arms, gentle in the face, the neck, the throat. Toes can reach to the sky. You can bend back into the knees and let the feet come back down onto the ground. Stabilize into the feet, release the hands from the back. Take an inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drape out to the sides. Resting the hands on the hips, the belly, or the heart. Close your eyes. Take a few moments just to reconnect to all of the movement, all of the dynamic space that you've brought your body through, and see if that movement can help you to release the control of the mind. As you're ready, hug the knees back in together. Lift the feet to the ground, and then fully cross at the thighs, the left leg over the right. Bend into the knees, and take the feet toward opposite edges of the mat. You can hold on to the outsides of your feet, and take a nice stretch into the outsides of the hips. When you're ready, release the hands from the feet. Take the legs overhead and rock yourself as mindfully as you can up into a seat, but keep that cross of the legs, our Gomukhasana. Left knee is on top of the right. Take the arms out to the side. We'll take Gomukhasana arms. So it's the right arm up, left arm down. Clasp the hands behind you. You can stay lifted, or as I'm doing here, you're welcome to take a fold forward. Again, listen to your hips, listen to your shoulders, your own body, your own practice. If you folded, lift up, release the arms slow. Keep that little cross you have in the legs as you start to lift back up through the hips. Wiggle the feet a little closer together, outer edges. That left leg is crossed on the right. Fold down. And then when you're ready, figure out which foot is your right. That's the one behind. Lift it up and back and come back into your warrior two. Good. Inhale, rise up, everything you got. And then exhale, reverse it, that stargazer onto the left heel, left fingers reaching. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bending into that front knee. We'll come into our Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon. Taking the left fingers out past that left pinky toe. And then maybe bending into that right knee, right hand can find the foot or the ankle. Mark your balance, find your breath. Now, a little tricky transition, engage the lower belly. Try and hold on to that right knee or foot as you hug the knee back in toward the chest. Stay grounded in that left foot. Lift the torso, hands are wrapped around the front of the right shin. Give yourself a nice big lift up through both legs. Root down through that left foot. Right knee stays lifted, take the arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, cross the right leg behind you, tap the toes to the ground, cross the arms in front. And then inhale, sweep back up into the escalator. We'll take that 2 more times. Exhale, right leg crosses behind, arms in front. Inhale, rise up. Good, exhale, crossing at the legs, tap the toes. Inhale, rise up, find your balance, find that lift. Good, and then exhale, just land it down, right foot next to the left. Steady into the feet. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, we'll take the hands back behind and hinge at the hips, releasing down through the head. Maybe you have opposite interlace of the fingers as you did in that wide-legged fold earlier. Or maybe it's just too much and you just want to take a fold for a breath or two. When you're ready, we'll lift back up. Getting ready for either that drop back or a slow C all the way down to the ground. So you decide if you're working drop back, widen through the feet, strong legs, press the hips forward, the hands land slowly behind you. Again, if you're working that drop back, you're in your wheel now, walk the hands a little farther away. Maybe you straighten out through the legs, press open through the chest, lengthen the low back. Chin in toward the chest, lower down. We all find our bridge, we meet up here. Hands can come to the low back, and one more time, play with that inversion. Elbows are supporting you. And then you can come right into your halasana or your plow. Toes come back behind you. If the feet find the ground, you can extend out straight through the arms. I like to play with coming onto the tops of the feet and sliding the toes away, getting a little deeper stretch for the spine. And then when you're ready, with as much control as you can find, engage the lower belly. Release one vertebra at a time all the way back down to the ground. The feet are still lifting up toward the ceiling. We'll cross the right leg completely over the left. Bend at the knees, feet to the outer edges of the mat, and hands hold on to the outside of the feet. Stretch those hips, take a breath. Relax the mind, smooth it out. And when you're ready, rock the legs overhead. And we'll come up into a seat again as controlled as you can. Right leg still on top of the left deep cross. We'll switch the Gomukhasana arms. So this time the left elbow's up, right elbow's down, hands interlaced behind you. You can stay lifted or take that fold. Again, wherever you are, you're listening to your breath. And if you're just seated cross-legged at the top of the mat, perfect. Be right where you are. Good. If you took that fold, release. Let go of the clasp of the hands. Stretch it out however you need to. Release the shoulders. We'll take the hands slowly back down toward the ground, top of the mat. Ground into the feet. Lift the hips. We'll wiggle the outer edges together. Right leg is still crossed over the left. Bow it down. We'll keep the right foot planted. And then when you're ready, extend that left leg back behind you as far as you can. Drop the heel, rise up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana, steady it off. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. And then we'll tip it back into that stargazer onto the right heel, reaching through the right fingers. Rebend that front knee, and we'll come right into our Ardha Chandrasana, other side, half moon. Stay here. Now you can bend into that top left knee. Left hand might hold on to the foot or the ankle. Give yourself as much push in the right foot up through the knee. Good. And then hug it in, holding shin or foot. Ground that right foot. Slowly rise up. Again, one side's always a little different than the other. Wiggles and wobbles are welcome. Smile. Breathe. Keep that left knee lifted. Bring the arms up toward the sky. And then exhale, we'll take that cross. Left leg behind the right. Tap the toes. Bend into the arms. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left leg crosses behind, arms cross in front. You can follow the gaze with the foot. Inhale, up. Last one, exhale, cross it behind, cross the arms. Inhale, lift up, reach to the sky, find that lightness. Good, and then exhale, slowly set it down, release the hands. Inhale, sweeping up, full long breath in. Exhale, slow and steady dive back down over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back with your left foot and then your right. Inhale to find your plank, get steady. From here, right hand steps underneath the face. Roll to the outer edge of that right foot, left arm to the sky. Take your Vashisthasana, your side plank. Press forward through the hips, a little more lift to the sky. And then as slowly as you can, lower that left hand down. Find your side plank, other side. Left palm is down, right arm lifts, outer edge of that left foot grounded. Find that press up. And as you exhale, lower down nice and slowly. Return to your plank, steady it off. Tip the weight forward as you're ready. And exhale, bend the elbows, lower halfway, slow through Chaturanga. And then come all the way onto your belly. Come onto the tops of the feet. Take the hands off the sides of the mat. Press into the fingertips. Lift the heart and chest. Exhale, right shoulder dips down. Look over to the left. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Look right. Stay with your breath. Inhale through center, engage the glutes. Exhale, right shoulder down, open the chest. Inhale, flow, open the heart. Exhale, left shoulder down. Keep the legs and glutes engaged. Inhale through center. Good. And as you exhale, nice and slowly, come all the way back onto your belly. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. And we'll come up into our tabletop for a moment here. You can release the tops of the feet again and maybe turn onto the backs of the hands. A little stretch for the wrists. You can stay where you are. You can press the hips a bit back toward the heels. Again, any little intuitive movements are welcome. Just taking a moment to stretch out the wrists. And come back onto the palms. Inhale, lift the tail, relax the belly, look up. Exhale, press into the palms, arch the spine to the sky, head heavy. And then we'll take a barrel roll of the torso one direction. And then the other, opening elbows, shoulders, loosening, lubricating the spine. And as you're ready, sit back into your Balasana, your child's pose, hips toward the heels. Extend the hands forward, let the palms meet, bend into the elbows, let the thumbs rest at the nape of the neck. Stretching out the triceps, stretching the fronts of the legs, releasing the spine. Coming back to this moment right here, right now. Full deep belly breath. Ground. Let go of anything that exists off of your mat and outside of your body. As you're ready, release the fingers forward. Slide up into your seat, either rolling over across the ankles or shifting the feet to one side. Come onto the sit bones, take the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, Baddha Konasana. You can take the hands to open the feet. You can stay lifted with the chest and heart nice and open, or if you'd like to take a fold, we lengthen forward, keeping the spine long for as long as you can as you release the forehead toward the earth. Once you've found your edge, your space that's appropriate for you, take a breath. Again, slowing it down. And if you've taken that fold, nice and slowly start to bring the torso back up. Extend the left leg. Cross that right leg over the left, landing onto the ball of the foot. Left heel comes toward the right hip. Lift and lengthen the spine. And take that left elbow outside the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you for support. Opening up through the spine and twisting open to that right side. You can stay where you are. You can take a full bind of the arms. Whatever helps you feel that most length, and lift up through the chest, twisting through the middle and upper back. Ground the right foot, lift the crown, deep breath in your twist. Good, and then when you're ready, release the bind. If you have it, turn yourself toward the front of the room. Land the hands behind you, lift the feet, half Navasana, and inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we'll take some Russian twists, releasing the fingertips over to the left side. Inhale through center. Exhale to right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale, bring it up through center. Exhale, cross into your twist other side. So this time, the right heel is toward the right hip. Left leg is crossed over. Right arm is around the outside of that left leg. Heart's lifting, lengthening. You can keep that left hand back behind you for support, or mirror the bind that you may have taken on the other side. And once you're there, we pause. Ground the sits bones with every exhale. And with every inhale, get a little more open across the chest. Full deep breath. And use your exhale to unwind. This time, extend both legs straight up behind you. Find your sits bones. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Draw back through the toes, and as you exhale with length, fold yourself forward and down. Maybe holding onto the feet. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, find your folds. More active space, the elbows can bend. You can use the arms to support you. If you have the space to bind the hands around the soles of the feet, you're welcome to get a little deeper, a little more length through the torso. Drawing in through the pinky toe sides of the feet, lengthening the crown toward the tops of the feet. Full deep breath here. Paschimottanasana. On your next inhale, rise up nice and slowly. Bend to the knees, cross the ankles, and we'll roll forward onto the forearms. Interlace the fingers, place the crown of the head onto the ground, and then we'll lift the knees and then float the feet off the ground, working our headstand. It's a slow lift of the feet up toward the sky. If you're on a concrete floor, I empathize with you. It's a little hard. Take your time, take it to your own edge. If you're not lifting the feet at all, don't lift them. Just work that strength as if you're going to slide the feet up toward the ceiling. And if you're going to lower down from that space, I want you to do so nice and slowly, coming down just halfway, pausing in a pike. Engage the inner thighs, active through the toes, press into the forearms. And then as slowly as you can, lower the feet all the way down to the ground. Slower, slower, slower. And then once they're there, step it back, find a forearm plank, lift the head off the ground, engage the lower belly, pause. Deep breath. Press between the shoulder blades. Use your strong legs to support you. And then when you're ready, set the knees down wide on the mat. Tops of feet come down, press the hips back toward the heels. Let the abdomen rest between the thighs, coming back into a nice relaxed balasana. Soften the shoulders that you've worked, the abdomen, the length of the spine. Release any tension in your jaw. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself up nice and slow into a comfortable seat. Maybe half lotus, full lotus if that's in your practice. Sits bones grounded, hands resting toward the knees, maybe palms up, pointer to thumb, connecting to your intellect and creating that nice full circle of your energy within your body. Find your breathing here. Now you can stay here in meditation, seated on the mat for the next few moments, following the flow of your breath, releasing the pull, the control, the struggle of the mind. If you prefer, you're welcome to slowly make your way down onto your back, preparing for Shavasana. You can bolster under the knees, let your body be fully comfortable. Again, whether resting in that full reclined Shavasana or seated in meditation, give yourself the next few moments to fully let go. Just for now, surrender the body. Invite the mind to follow the body into that place of release, of peace, and of calm. If you're reclined on the ground, you might take a full body stretch. If you're seated in meditation, you can take the arms overhead, find a yawn, stretch the mouth, open the jaw. Good. And then as you exhale, if you're laying on the ground, start to bend into your knees, roll over onto your right side. Just pause for a moment there. If you were seated in meditation, Take a moment to fold forward, bowing down to seal your practice. Taking a moment in this place, curled into the safety of your own skin and bones, to remember that you always have that place of peace and calm within you. If you just take a moment to move, to connect, to breathe, and find yourself fully connected here in the present moment. As you're ready, there's no rush. If you're reclined to one side, you can slowly press into the palms, make your way into your seat. If you're folded in your seat, slowly lift the torso back up. Take a moment just to reconnect here. Notice, how are you feeling now? How are you breathing? And bring the palms together, sealing the practice in Anjali Mudra. Humbling the chin toward the chest in deep gratitude. Please know that the light in me honors and deeply respects the light in you. Namaste.